Am I the asshole? For not wanting my partner's friends to join us for a drink? My girlfriend have been together for just under 3 years now. We had a table booked at a restaurant we both like and then a couple of cocktail bars booked. The night was going really well, we'd had the meal and were at the first cocktail bar. A group of my girlfriend friends enter the bar, they're already quite drunk and they come over and offer us a drink. My girlfriend looks at me but I politely decline. They ask again and says it's only a drink and I just repeat what I had already said. I mention it's supposed to be a date with the two of us. My girlfriend says it can't hurt to have one drink with them but I remind her it's supposed to be a date night for us. She just says she doesn't see the problem with one drink but I point out the likelihood is they wouldn't leave after one and that the night was supposed to be just the two of us. I suggest leaving after the current drink and going to the next bar but my girlfriend says she just wants to go home. We leave together and she accused me of ruining the date but I disagree and point out it was supposed to be our date, not a catch up with friends. She just repeated that I was wrong for not agreeing to just have one drink with them but I just said I didn't really just want to sit there while my girlfriend catches up with friends during our date. Am I the asshole? For not wanting my girlfriend friend to join us when we're on a date? Not the asshole. With the correct terminology, we call this a lose-lose situation for you. Either you decline drinking with her friends and she is mad because you said no to drinking with her friends or you accept drinking with her friends which will 100% result in more than one drink, maybe spending the whole night with her friends which is totally not the idea of a date. Hopefully your girlfriend is mature enough to understand that if her friends stayed, they would stay for longer than one drink and hopefully you can think clear enough to understand that if your girlfriend thinks it's okay her friends crashing your date and drinking with them is more important than spending time with you, then maybe she is not the right person, but this is just my opinion. Good luck. I understand your point but I think you could handle these situations with more social tact so that you don't put your girlfriend in an awkward position. You could have said yes to the drink and then said to your GF in private that you want to continue to the next bar after the drink to continue the date night with just the two of you. Then socialize for 15-20 minutes, make a polite exit, no one would have had a reason to feel sour. I've read this one before and last time it was her ex-boyfriend. Not the asshole. She accused me of ruining the date. They weren't part of the date plans. She was happy with what you'd planned if anything, she and her friends ruined it. I'm also assuming that if the roles had been reversed, she wouldn't have wanted to sit and listen to you talk to your friends on a date night. Wasn't this posted already, but it was his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend instead of friends? I swear it's word for word. Things don't always go according to plan. You can roll with the punches, or you can sulk. Ultimately your decisions, and attitude, ensured the night was ruined. If you'd had the drink, who knows what would have happened. Could be good, could be bad. I'd bet on it being a bit of fun, personally, unless you already dislike this group of friends. Instead you chose a guaranteed bad outcome. Out of interest, what would you have done if they were your friends instead? Would you still have been that rude to them? So, if she plans a romantic dinner, she's equally fine with you bringing the boys over for beers? Especially if they've already put a few back? Or heck, if you invited your boss to join you. This is such an obvious faux pas, I wonder what's really going on. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Don't let these bitter assholes make you believe that your feelings don't matter in a relationship. You're the asshole because you are being uncompromising. You're literally at a cocktail bar and refusing to have a single round of drinks with people that you know. Are date nights so rare with your GF that you refuse any compromise on those nights? You're the asshole. Things aren't always going to go 100 according to plan. You need to relax. It wouldn't have hurt to sacrifice 15-20 minutes having one drink with them. Not the asshole was my original thought, BC it was crazy she let this ruin a date, and it's natural you wanted to keep the date vibe and not open it up to a group hangout where you were the odd man out. But, Then I kept reading your responses and I see where your GF got annoyed. You seem very rigid. And very focused on your death of a date. It's kind of a turn off. And it was silly to let a chance encounter with her friends ruin the entire evening. What would have been the harm of one drink with them and then moving on to the next bar? It would have been 20 minutes out of an hours long evening. You keep focusing on would you invite friends to a date? When the real question is, what if you run into friends at the bar, would you ignore them or would you be flexible, welcoming, charming, and have a quick drink with them? With the time you have been dating, it seems odd to me you wouldn't carve out a time to have a drink or two and say hello. This wasn't a first date. Seems very inflexible to me, but that's just me. Now you pissed her off and probably made her friends mad over a small part of the night. I'm crying, bro. Why would you come to Am I the Asshole? For honest responses, if you were gonna cry and throw tantrums to every comment that isn't in agreement with you, you're the asshole for sure. Damn dude, you asked am I the asshole? And are arguing with you're the asshole judgments. I didn't think you were in awe until your comments. You're the asshole. This is bonkers. Asking the question online then arguing back to anyone who agrees with your GF. You came across as rude. It wouldn't have hurt to have a drink with them and then move on, or not move on if you were having a good time. So it was supposed to be a date, who cares if it turns into a good night anyway? Would you do the same if your mates turned up? No, absolutely not the asshole. If you're invited to an outing and you had no part in organizing the event, don't ask to bring friends who aren't part of that group. The dynamic totally changes from what the organizer has originally intended. Personally, I cannot stand when that happens. I would definitely be firm with your partner on this. Not the asshole. Nta? Not the asshole. You're the asshole. There's so much not said here. You didn't have to literally chug a drink, but you could have just dilly-dallied for 15 then tactfully suggested moving on to your next spot. Instead you are showing disdain for your GF's friends and seem a bit possessive and controlling. Do you go on group dates often, so going on a one-on-one date is rare? This story has been reposted multiple times over the past 5 years. How do people not clock these karma farmers? Where is everyone who agrees with Ops seeing that the friends derailed their entire date night? They all, including Ops GF, say it would just be one drink. OP is controlling and being ridiculous. You're the asshole.